Here we are today. I'm Susan Dosier with the Old 96 District Tourism, and I am here with Gaines Huguley. Gaines is the co-owner of Schaefer Huguley, a fabulous marketing firm in Greenville, South Carolina. They're in their 28th year, no small feat in this marketing environment. And Gaines, the reason I'm with you today is because you are a man about the Southeast. You're a big traveler, a discerning traveler. And tell me what new gem you discovered this past holiday Christmas season.
Sure. It's a pleasure to be here, Susan. Thank you. I had to do some work down in Abbeville County, which is in sort of the central part of South Carolina, borders. It's very near the Georgia-South Carolina border, but pretty much a rural area. And my wife was able to join me, and we heard about a place called Sharon Manor, and really didn't know much about it, but heard some good things about it, and so we decided to stay there. And the neat thing about it is Sharon Manor is a bed and breakfast. They also host events there and corporate meetings and things like that. And the neat thing about it for me was the building itself. It was a renovate or is a renovated schoolhouse that was built
Wow.
back in the 1920s.
Oh, wow.
And so that got my interest right there. So I'll show you a couple of photos if
I'd
that's
love it.
okay.
Yeah.
So this is kind of what we saw when we drove up that evening. This was early December, probably about 5:30, 6 o'clock. They had decorated Sharon Manor beautifully with very traditional decorations. But as we're pulling in to Sharon Manor, they've got luminaries around the circular driveway, and this is what we saw. And by the way, Sharon Manor is not in the town of Abbeville. It's about 5 miles outside of Abbeville uh, to the west, probably about 25 minutes from Lake Russell, short drive. A lot of people visit that area to do uh, uh, waterfront adventures and lake
Sure. Yeah.
adventures and lake activities and things like that.
I'm a
So
sucker for a front porch. I can't help but notice those big fans underneath that front porch. Keep going.
yeah, it's a beautiful building, um, and I was kind of intrigued to see how they might convert a schoolhouse, an old schoolhouse, to a bed and breakfast and a event venue. But going into the front door, you get into the main gathering area, and here you can see a beautiful uh, stacked stone fireplace. It was beautifully decorated,
Gorgeous.
and the owner, Benita Chupp, CHUPP, was kind enough to kind of give me a tour before deciding on which room we might be in. There are only 3 rooms there, but they are very spacious. You can imagine this used to be someone's classroom.
How about that?
And uh, the neat thing about this is even though the rooms were large, they felt they felt comfortable. They felt cozy. Our room with the windows there faced the east, so when we awoke the next morning, we had just beautiful sunlight coming through our windows, um, and it was just very nice evening. The beds were amazingly comfortable. Uh,
I
I
don't want to get
really didn't want to get out.
up.
I did not want to get out of bed. It really was a great evening, a great night of sleep. I was well rested. My wife was well rested, and so let me show you a couple of other rooms.
Sure, sure.
This is another classroom that's been converted to a bathroom to
I
a
love it.
bedroom. Uh, and each room has a kitchenette. Uh,
That
they
was
also,
the bed, right? That was the wall behind the bed. Yeah.
yes, yep. and they have a coffee roasting business that they operate out of the Sharon Manor, and they had given us a complimentary bag of coffee, and we ground up the beans and made our own coffee
Oh,
before going out for breakfast. Uh, but it was delicious coffee. We've since ordered a couple of bags from them because it's so good.
okay. That's on my next to-do list. What's the name of the, I mean, is it under the Sharon Manor site, or
No,
how do you
the
get
name, the brand of the coffee is called Through the Flame.
through the
Through
flame?
the Flame Coffee, and it is they
Okay.
import their beans, and uh, David Chuck, he is very knowledgeable about coffee, and he knows how to roast it, and it makes a fine cup of coffee.
That's awesome. Oh, okay, great. I'm excited about that. Keep going. This is amazing.
Well,
Wow.
so we had great coffee, and we both were like pretty hungry, so we go out, and Benita and her daughter Brandy made us this fabulous breakfast. Um, and we had two friends that were joining us, Bobby and Jared. And Jared's a big boy, so he's a big eater, and he came to the right place. This was a breakfast bowl that Brandy had prepared for us. This one actually has a scrambled egg. It had spinach, grits, sausage, potatoes. It was just a wonderful, wonderful meal.
It's beautiful.
The breakfast bowl that I got had a to order egg, which was an over medium egg, and it was just delicious. But not to stop there, they brought toast, butter, jams. Um, Danishes were baked that morning for us, fresh orange juice, fruit.
This looks like you've
Uh,
just stepped out of a magazine shoot. This is beautiful.
it was delicious, and you know, after our stay there, we did several things in the area. We went to Parsons Mountain and did a short hike there. Uh, there's a beautiful lake there that we visited. We went to several farms. There's okay, I don't recall the name of it, but there's I think it's Southern Jersey Farms, I believe is the name of it. But you can purchase fresh milk there, unpasteurized and pasteurized. They had chocolate milk, eggs, and it was a nice little destination for us to go there. Downtown Abbeville is just so quaint,
So cute.
has a lot of small town charms, and we enjoyed visiting some shops there. And people were super friendly, and it was just an all around fun day for us. But I have to say, Sharon Manor was just the highlight of our visit, and the breakfast there was outstanding.
What I need no more convincing. I'm headed that way. Thank you so much, Gaines, and we'll be watching you to see where you're headed next. Thank you for being with us.
Sure, glad to be here. Thanks for visiting.